Hello there, and today on this another exciting day in our galaxy, I want to talk about some basics. I want to talk about your station. And if you just started the game, you will not know that much about the station, but there are some important things to know. And in future, I will talk about single buildings on your station. But today, I want to just give you some basics. To access your station, on the main screen on the bottom left, there are two circles, and one of them says exterior. Just click that, and you see your station from the outside with the docks and the defense batteries. And if you click the station itself, you get on the interior of the station, and there you have tons of different buildings that are important for all your gameplay, like the operations center, which will be the basis for everything you do. And there are also things like the power steel generators that you need to get power steel in the beginning, or the titanium generators, dilithium generators, and a lot of things for research like the R&D department and the academy that have to do with research. And there are tons of more buildings, but all of these buildings you have to upgrade. With upgrading, you will reach with the operations different levels in the game, but you also will achieve different bonuses, different grades of production for materials. You can scrap higher ships when you upgrade your scrapyard, for example. And a lot will happen for just click one thing. There are bonuses like the dodge bonus here with the engine technology lab, or the interceptor shield health bonus, and so on. And that will continue whenever you upgrade. And upgrading is a very important thing with the building. So not only research plays an important role, but also your buildings. And you also have something that's a hologram where you see the avatar of your artificial intelligence of your ship you always see in the missions. And if you click this, you see the current events, for example, like the battle pass that is running right now. Ours is Voyager Part 2. And there you see all the events of the battle pass. You see what you have to do on what date. And so you can pre-plan, for example, the spending of your directives for armadas. You can pre-plan the spending of materials because you know what you have to do in this battle pass over the weeks that it's going. And so you always have an overview. And that is here on your station. So a lot of people miss that, and that's why I wanted to say that very early. But you also have your refinery, which decides what you can refine with the level of it, and many other things. And there are always new buildings coming up. You see there are still some empty slots on my station. The last add-on was the artifact gallery, which some nice new stuff. There was the mess hall before that, and I can upgrade it right now. And that's what you see. You always see numbers of what's required to upgrade, and you see what you have. On the left is what you have, on the right is what you require. In this case, I need replicator rations. I need 11,600, and I have 12,500. That's why both are white, and I can upgrade. The worse it looks with my R&D, I have enough uncommon 4-star gas, but I really am very low on common 4-star gas to upgrade it, so I will still have to work on that. The part with common gas or something like that is that you could buy it with latinum, but in this case I would have to pay 224,000 latinum, and I'm down to, don't know, about 19 at the moment. So I will not buy that. Definitely I will have to wait until I can grind some more. And I want to show you something else that is important on the building part of the station. I showed on my ops. There are requirements very often, and that have nothing to do with the resources. But to upgrade buildings, you often have the case that you need to have another building or several other buildings on a certain level before you can do it. And you see that I need my defense platform D on level 41. It's green, so I've done that. I need my dilithium vault on level 41. It's green, so I've done that. And I need my shipyard on level 41, and that's still red, so I haven't done that yet, because when we go to the shipyard, you see that the shipyard, on the other hand, requires the operations on level 41, the refinery on level 40, but it also requires the R&T department on level 41, and you've just seen how much common gas I still need to do that. But you can always read it when you click the buildings. You can click every building and see what you need. This is the only building that's reached the max level yet. That's the holodeck, where you get missions and stuff. And that just requires one level. That's why it's maxed. And once you have the holodeck, it's finished. Then you don't have to take care of that anymore. Most of those buildings, when you saw with the requirements, are depending on your ops level and on the level of other buildings. There are just a few that are not depending on it. You see it with the mess hall I've shown you earlier. I'm level 52, although my ops is only level 41. This is one of the buildings that only is dependent on the resources you need to upgrade, but it doesn't stop you at a certain level for you to upgrade your ops anymore. And here I'm just lacking material for the command center as well. The treasury, which is another nice thing here, is dependent on your operations again, although it's a building that has to do with what you can get from the treasury with all the ceiling rods and everything, but that's another topic for another video. But this one again is depending on the operations. You can see here, if I want to upgrade this, I need operations level 42. And for different buildings, I can upgrade my Exocom factory here as well now. As you can see, you need certain resources. In this case, it's Axionic Servo, but I have enough, and you can upgrade. The upgrading of your buildings, and including the ops, is a thing where you have to get to it very strategically. Don't just upgrade everything because you can, especially the ops, because it's dependent if you can do your dailies afterwards. If you go too high with a level, your ship size must match your operations level, because with the operations, the hostiles you have to hunt for your dailies also rises. And so always think very carefully what you upgrade when. In the first important part is level 15, because then you can attack bases, and others can attack your base. Or level 12, from that point you can be attacked by other players. Before that, they cannot attack you, just to give you a little bit of leeway to get to know the game. And later on other levels, it's just about the hostiles you have to hunt and the stuff you have to mine and so on. So be careful not to upgrade your ops too fast. When I played this game for the first time, I just rushed through everything, and my biggest ship was far too small to do anything, and so I couldn't do dailies for quite some time, and I needed ages to get to a ship that was strong enough to cope with it. So always balance that. And there are some important rules I put up for myself. For example, when we get to the point with Ops 32, for example, I never go beyond Ops 32 without having my ship on that level leveled to the max. And if it's the Saladin or the Centurion or the Bortus, max that ship before you go beyond level 32. That's my personal advice on that. And the same is with other things. when you reach level 35, there you should show some patience again, because you can deal with the Bajor infection from that point. But to really do something about it and really use that, you need a lot of firepower to do that. So stay there until you have enough ships to beat the Dominion armadas. Or level 38, from when you can go to deeper space with a dark space mission. Don't rush to level 39. Stay at 38 for a while until you have enough firepower. And there are always those things that you have to think about when you are upgrading your station, because it has consequences when you upgrade your ops. I will not go into any single buildings now. I will do different videos on the single buildings. But I just want to give you an overview today. And as I always say, I want to keep them as short as possible and as long as necessary. And if you want to see another video on some cruise ships or the first buildings I'm doing, the next video is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.